Assalamu alaikum. Today we'll see a problem on finding the centroid of any object. Let's see the question first. Here's this figure is given and this measures also. And here said that for the plane area shown, determine the first moment with respect to the x and y axis. Means we have to find out the moments of the area for two cases, for x axis and y axis. And second question is the location of the centroid. Means we have to find out the x bar and y bar. Means for the total object what is the point of centroid and it's the measure. On how much distance we will go according to x axis and how much distance towards our y axis. These two things we have to find out. Look at this figure. This is a complex figure, right? In our previous video we have learned the formula of finding centroid for some regular shape, but they are not complex. But in this question the given figure is a complex figure. If you notice this figure, you will see that here is a rectangle, then here is a full circle, and if we remove this upper portion, means if we cut this figure into this at like this, means at the middle, then this is a rectangle, and if we remove this portion, then this will be a semicircle, right? Semicircle we have. So here we can see there are four things: a triangle, a full circle, a semicircle, and a rectangle. And we have already know the how to find the centroid for these four figures. At first let's break down this complex figure. As we have find the four object here, and now we will separate these four object in four parts. So we draw the four things according to our origin, x-axis and y-axis. At first we will draw this half semicircle. If we draw this semicircle, as we have to consider in the question they are given that this is the point of x-axis and this is our y-axis. So and here our origin, here is our main origin. So if we draw this just semicircle, then we have to draw it gap by giving gap of this 80 millimeter. So we have to draw this like this. Means this is our 80 millimeter, and after the distance 80 millimeter towards the y-axis, we will find our semicircle, and this is our full circle. So this will be our full circle, then our rectangle. As this is situated at the x-axis, y-axis, so we'll draw this like this. This is our rectangle, and as this triangle is in the lower portion, negative lower portion quadrant of this, so we will draw this at the negative portion, lower quadrant. This is our triangle. For our semicircle, we have learned that for this our centroid will be situated at here. For this, x bar will be our radius, which is 60 millimeter, and y bar was at this point, so this height was 4r by 3 pi, and here our radius is 60, so this will be 4 into 60 divided by 3 pi. This is our y distance. This is how we find the centroid for this semicircle. And if we want to find the centroid for this full circle, then this will be, we have to go for full circle. This is the middle point, means this is the center of the circle. The center and the centroid will be same for this circle. The radius is 40 millimeter, but we have to notice that as this is our main origin, so at first we have to go at this distance. This distance will be x, but from this figure we have to we can see that this is 40, and if you look this, then this total is 60, means this total will be 60. So our this total distance will be 60, and this radius portion will be 40, but this is, look at this is our, sorry, here in the question they already give us this information directly. The distance from the circle center and from the origin, the distance between these 2 points is 60 millimeter. So our this total distance will be, sorry, 80 millimeter. So our x bar will be 60 and y bar will be 80 for this circle. And if we see this rectangle, this will be at the middle portion, means half of the width, half of the height. Then we find out the centroid. So our width given that 120, so our x bar will be 60, and our height of the rectangle is 80, so our half of the height will be 40. This will be our y bar for this rectangle. And if we see the triangle, then we say that we have x-axis as width by 3 and also height as height by 3. So at the x-axis we have to go, our width is 120 divided by 3, and our height, this is the point, so this height will be 60 divided by 3. And after going towards this, we will find the centroid for this triangle. Now let's write down all the components and its information. At first, let's find the area of this rectangle. The area will be width into height. So 120 into 60, and this equals to, sorry, height is 80. So this equals to 9600 millimeter square. And the area of the triangle is half into width into height. This is 3600. And the area of the semicircle, this semicircle will be pi r square divided by 2. Here r is 60. So pi into 60 square divided by 2. This equals to 5654.88 millimeter square. And the circle for our pi r to r square divided by 4, but here r is 40. So pi 40 square divided by, sorry, here is a full circle, so here area will be pi r square. So this equals to 5026.56. But in the question, I will give you the 3D question where they said that our this portion are blocked and this is our gap portion. So there is no object, there is a whole circle, so there is no object. So if we have to find out the centroid of this object, but as this is a hole and we are counting the area, so we have to add this 4 object, but we have to minus this circle because this is whole, there is no object remaining. So we have to minus this or eliminate this object from our total object, then we will find the real area of this object. For this we will use here as a minus sign to remove the area. And now we will find the x bar of this rectangle. This is 120 divided by 2, which is 60 millimeter, and y bar is 80 divided by 2, which is 40 millimeter. And if we multiply this area with x bar, this will be 576000, and y bar into area goes to 384000. This will be needed for our further calculation to find the moment. And for this triangle, our x bar will be 120 divided by 3, means 40. And this portion y bar will be 60 divided by 3. But look, this is our origin O, and we go lower at our y-axis, so we have to use minus sign to understand that it is in the lower portion. So here we will use minus 20 millimeter, and we will multiply in this in the same way. And if we see the semicircle, then our x bar will be this portion, which is 60 radius, and at the upper portion we will go 4r by 3 pi, which is this. If we calculate the value, then the answer will be 25.46. But look at this, we have to count this from the origin. So here we will go this 60 and this 60 is same, so our x bar is same. But if we want to reach this point, then we have to count this 80 millimeter also. So our total this distance must be counted, so we have to add this distance with this 80 millimeter. So here we will add this 80, and our total result will be 105.46. and in same way we will multiply this area with these two things, x bar and y bar. And if we see this circle, then our x bar will be, radius is 40, but as we have to count this distance also, so our total distance will be 60. X bar will be 60, and our y bar is the total distance from the origin, which is 80. And we will multiply this with area. Using calculator, I have multiplied all these things, and now as we have collected all our data, so we will now find out these two questions. So at first we have to find the first moment of the area according to axis. So this is the first moment of the area according to x-axis, which is summation of y bar means distance into area. We have already find out all the y bar a for 4 object. As we have to find the summation of this thing, so we will add these 4 terms, and if we add this we will use the minus sign in our calculation also. So if you calculate the term, the answer will be 506 into 10 cube millimeter cube. And similarly, if you find why this is y bar, suppose this is our origin and this is our object. If we find the moment for our x according to our x-axis, then if our centroid is here, then what will be the distance, shortest or perpendicular distance from these 2 points? This is y. This is the value of y. So we have to use y bar in the formula of finding moment for x-axis, and finding moment for according to y-axis, here we have to use summation x bar a, because if we consider this y-axis, suppose this is the y-axis and this is the centroid, then the distance will be this portion, which is the value of x bar. So here we use x bar a, and in this we have already find the x bar a for our four parts, and as we have to find the summation, then we will add these 4 things and we will use this minus also in our calculation, and our final result will be 758 into 10 cube millimeter cube. So this is the first moment of the area. And in the second question they said that we have to find the location of the centroid, capital X bar and capital Y bar. We have find X bar Y bar for 4 parts separately, but if we have to consider this one single object, and there will remain one single centroid, which this we have to find the bar and y bar for this single centroid. So the formula of finding this single centroid will be x bar summation of a equals to summation of x bar a. Means if we sum the all this x bar a for these 4 parts, and this is equals to the central x bar, which is the value of x-axis for our single centroid, means if we consider this a single object, then and if we multiply this with summation of a means total area, then these 2 things will be similar. So from here we can find x bar, which is summation of x bar a divided by summation of a. From here we will get summation of x bar a, and also if we add these 4 area, then we will got the summation of a. So our final answer will be 54.8 millimeter. And if we want to find the y bar, then this is as similar as x bar, which formula equals to summation of y bar a, and as we need y bar, so our final formula will be summation of y bar a divided by summation of a, which answer will be 36.6 millimeter. So this is our final answer.